Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Installment of Scott Selections here for Wednesday, January 26th. Before we get into today's play of the day, quick recap. Hope you guys see we had a nice winner in college basketball with Michigan State plus 5.5 at minus 110 on Fox Bet. It wasn't easy early as Michigan State trailed by double digits at the half, but they did a nice job in the second half rallying. They almost sent the game into overtime, but they missed a free throw late as they only lost by one. So a nice winner for us. Look for another winner here on Wednesday. And for the play of the day, we're going to stick with college basketball, looking at a matchup between Western Carolina and the Citadel, taking place at around 7 p.m. Eastern time. And for the play of the day, we like the over 153.5 at minus 110 on BetMGM. Time recording of 2 a.m. Eastern time. Couple reasons why I like the over in the spot. First of all, of course, you have to shop around, and 153.5 is an absolute gift. Just by looking at other books, you mostly see 154.5 or even 155 at some spots. So you're saving roughly 1.5 points just by shopping around with no extra juice. Thanks. I'll take that every time. But of course, the Citadel, I'm sure a lot of you remember in years past, has been one of my favorite plays for totals, the over, because they are usually a really just terrible defensive team and a very fast team in terms of pace. And after a bit of a slow start this season, it seems like the Citadel have started to pick it up again in terms of pace and just awful defense, as the Citadel have gone over the posted total in 6 of their last 8 games. So I do think that trend should continue in this one. Now, looking at the actual numbers that I was mentioning before, with regard to pace, the Citadel ranks 51st in offensive tempo, according to KenPom, while Western Carolina ranks 110th. So the Citadel are no longer in the top 5, top 3, but top 51, still solid, still fast, and Western Carolina not that far behind. I do expect a track meet to break out between these teams. Plus, both these teams are ridiculously bad at defense. Western Carolina ranks 332nd in adjusted defensive efficiency according to KenPom, while the Citadel ranks 293rd. So both these teams can't stop anybody, and you compound that with the pace that both teams like to play at. I expect a bunch of quick shots, potentially wide open, a lot of free throws, a lot of wide open layups, and I do think with the actual pace that we're expecting, you should see both these teams get into the high 70s, if not 80s. But plus, the last thing worth mentioning is the fact that this is the second meeting between these teams this season. They played in early January, and that game landed 184. Now, there is a caveat. That game did go to overtime, but there was still 162 points in regulation, so there was no call the cops bad beat on the over. The game still went over the total, and you just saw a lot more points in overtime. But the point is, both these teams play kind of similarly. They play up-tempo. They don't play any defense, and these teams were very closely matched in the first meeting, so you might even have an overtime draw in your back pocket. But 153.5 is too low. Since it's at 155 in other sports books, I'm assuming you'll see a lot of money on the over, probably closing close to 156, maybe 157 or so. But I do think this current number is way too low, and you should see this game go over. So play that once again here for Wednesday, January 26th, going to be on Western Carolina and the Citadel over 153.5 at minus 110 on BetMGM. Bye, everyone.